She slammed her SUV against the wooden ranch gate and shouted, "You don't own this road, I do." I stood still, arms crossed, while my cattle scattered in the distance. She had already done this 3 times this week, pretending my land was a shortcut for her HOA friends. This time, she didn't even bother to hide her smirk. She tossed a crumpled paper at my boots and said, "This is an HOA notice. If you block this road again, you'll be fined." I picked up the paper. It wasn't even official, just some garbage printed at home with a fake logo. She thought I wouldn't notice. She thought I'd stay quiet, like last time. But she didn't know who I really was. "I told you before," I said calmly, "this is private ranch land. You keep driving through here. You're trespassing." Her eyes lit with arrogance. "Oh please, nobody's going to believe you. I already called the cops. They're on their way. You'll be the one in handcuffs." For a second, I felt the burn of anger. She wasn't just lying, she was setting me up. My son's horse was tied to the fence a few feet away. If she pushed harder, she could have hurt him too. But instead of snapping, I stayed quiet. Because the trap was already in place. What she didn't know was that every inch of that gate was wired with motion cameras. Not cheap ones either, the kind I used overseas when my unit needed eyes in the dark. She thought she was untouchable. Tonight, she was going to learn the truth. And just when she leaned closer to taunt me, tires crunched on gravel. A police SUV pulled up fast. My heart raced, not out of fear, but curiosity. Were these real cops? Or the friends she bragged about? "Perfect timing," she said, smiling wide. "Officer, arrest this man. He's blocking community property." But when the officer stepped out and locked eyes with me, her smirk froze. The officer walked slowly toward us, his hand resting on his belt. Karen puffed up like she already won, pointing at me. "That's him. He threatened me, and he blocked a public road. I want him charged." I didn't move. I just kept my hands loose at my sides, letting her run her mouth. The officer glanced at the fake notice still clutched in her hand. His brow furrowed. "Ma'am, where exactly did you get this form?" She froze for half a second, then forced a laugh. "It's from the HOA board. We issue these all the time." "He's breaking the rules." The officer didn't look convinced. His eyes shifted back to me. "Sir, what's your side of this?" I took a deep breath and kept my voice steady. "This is my ranch. These are my gates. And that's my land she keeps cutting through. I've got security footage of her crashing through the gate last week. If you need proof, I can show you right now." Karen's face turned red. She stepped forward, waving her arms. "He's lying. He's dangerous. I told you, I don't feel safe around him." Karen's jaw dropped. "Sergeant. He's not. He's not a cop. He's just some rancher." The older officer folded his arms. "Ma'am, you should choose your words carefully. This man served 20 years and trained half the deputies standing here." I stayed quiet, letting her squirm. Karen's confidence cracked for the first time. Her eyes darted from me to the officers, trying to piece it together. "That doesn't matter. He blocked the road. I have rights, this is community property." One of the younger deputies stepped closer and pointed at the gate. "Ma'am, this gate is clearly marked private property. The road behind it belongs to him. Not the HOA. Not you. Him." Her voice got shrill. "No. That's not true. I saw the maps. I talked to the board. They told me." I finally cut in, calm but firm. "You mean the same board that forged this?" I held up the crumpled fake notice, letting the wind flap its corners. "Because the county records office has the real deed. Been in my family since 1954. The older officer pulled a small tablet from his SUV and tapped a few times. "He's right. Records show this land never belonged to your HOA. You've been trespassing." Karen stumbled back, her face pale. No, this can't be. You don't understand. He threatened me, he's dangerous. And that's when my trap triggered. A beep sounded from my phone. I pulled it out, tapped play, and let the security footage roll. The screen lit up with crystal clear video, Karen ramming her SUV through my gate. Screaming curses, laughing as she shouted. "Nobody can stop me." The younger deputy's eyes widened. "Well, looks like we got ourselves some criminal damage evidence." Karen's mouth opened, but no sound came out. Just as the deputies began murmuring, headlights appeared at the far end of the dirt road. A black pickup rolled in fast, dust flying. Karen's eyes flickered with sudden hope. She straightened, smoothing her hair like nothing had happened. "That's them!" she shouted, waving frantically. "My people are here. They'll handle this." The truck screeched to a halt beside the police SUVs. Two men jumped out, dressed in uniforms that looked almost like law enforcement badges. Clipped on crooked radios that didn't even have batteries. One of them barked, "Ma'am, step aside. We'll take care of this trespasser." The deputies stiffened. The older officer's jaw tightened. "And who exactly are you supposed to be?" Karen puffed her chest. "These are HOA security officers. You have no authority here, this is a community matter." The older officer let out a low laugh, shaking his head. "Impersonating law enforcement. That's a federal crime." Karen blinked, thrown off. "No, they're not impersonating. They're volunteers. Volunteers with power from the HOA board." The fake cops started walking toward me, hands near their belts like they were ready for a fight. One smirked, "You're done, old man. Open that gate." But before they could take another step, my son's voice rang out from the porch. "Dad, should I send the drone footage too?" All eyes turned. Up above, a small drone hovered, its red light blinking as it recorded everything, the fake badges, the threats, even Karen's smug face. The deputies didn't hesitate. The younger one grabbed the first fake cop, slamming him against the hood. The other was cuffed before he even realized what was happening. Karen stumbled backward, hands shaking. "No, you don't get it, this isn't how it's supposed to go. He's the criminal. He's the problem." I just looked at her and said, "Slow and steady, not tonight." Karen screamed, thrashing as the deputies cuffed her. "You can't do this. I'm the HOA president. I own this road." The older officer leaned close, his voice flat. "No, ma'am. You don't own a thing here. And you just earned yourself charges for trespassing, property damage, filing false reports, and hiring impersonators." She froze, realizing she had nowhere left to run. I stepped forward, not gloating, just steady. "You came onto my land. You tried to threaten my family. You thought rules didn't apply to you. But out here, truth always wins." Karen's eyes darted around, looking for backup, but none came. The fake cops were already in the back of the SUV, the drone still circling above like an eye she couldn't escape. My son walked up beside me, proud but quiet. The younger deputy gave him a nod of respect. As the patrol car door slammed shut on Karen, I felt the weight lift. She could scream, she could kick. She could call every board member she wanted, but it wouldn't matter now. The evidence was locked, the truth recorded. And the law finally on the right side. I looked at the officer one last time and said the words that had been burning in me since the first day she broke my gate. "I didn't fight for this country to be told I can't protect my own land." The older officer gave me a firm nod. "And you won't have to, Sergeant. Not anymore." As the convoy rolled away, the night fell quiet again. My cattle grazed peacefully beyond the fence. My gate stood firm, and my family was safe. And for the first time in weeks, I let myself smile, because justice had finally come home. I didn't fight for this country to be told I can't protect my own land.